Good afternoon, welcome to round 5 of ERN's Division 1 season. We're at Spain this evening. We've got a few new drivers on the grid. We've got VRG Dominics. A very quick drive onto the podium. Price Tag and BCT Legends. These are our 4 new drivers for this evening. So I'm looking forward to see how these get on. Who are we missing? We're missing Carl, who's skiing in Austria. Lucky Carl. No Jump Warrior again. Not seeing no Ferraris on the grid. If you was watching last week and you saw what happened at Azerbaijan in the castle section, I have to make an apology to Will Forber, as I blamed him for the crash, but it wasn't Will, it was Enzo Hellman, who's incidentally been kicked from the league due to the fact he just parked in the castle and ruined a lot of people's races, including Max Verstappen's. If you were tuned into the interviews post-race, you would have heard the frustration in the American's voice, rightly so. But he's not on the grid this week. Just 16 drivers. See if everyone's got a good connection. Just waiting for onto the podium. Everyone, I think, is just picking their tyre strategies. So we've got the dry quali. Wexford wanted a wet quali. I was just in a party with him. He was hoping for a wet quali. Not to be. Sort out. Menu and the fastest lap. Some lap data up as well. And that's my mini map. Full track. I don't use the full track. I think it's too confusing to. You look down and you're not really. You've got to work out where you are on the track. I always like the mini map. We've got cars leaving the garage. Start this quali off. VRG Dominics. I was watching him in FRA, or as I got corrected, it's FORL. He races with ERN Canal in that league, very fast league. Sort of an elitist league. So watch out for a battle between them two today, which will be nice to see. Canal out on track, he's on the hards. Got Wexrow, so he's chosen softs for now, but he's still in the pit. MS Terms out on the hards. Dominic's out on the hards. Marcus is out on the hards. Noam's out on the hards. Aaron Cannell picked up his first win last weekend. He deserved that win as well. He's had a few A few close ones, like in Australia, he got overtaken on the last lap. He had a recovery drive in Bahrain and China. And then Azerbaijan, he took his first win of the season. He's just warming his tyres up now to start his hot lap. A yellow flag in sector 3, but I think that's just someone creating a gap. Right, let's follow Canal round. DRS is open. Overtake for the long straight. Opens the corner up nice and wide there. Get a nice run into 2. A little bit of curb there to open up 3. And then powers it round up towards 4. Into 4, you just want to open the corner up by 1 and a little bit wide on the Astro. Into 5. Coming up to 6 and 7, it's a tricky corner this one. It unbalances the car, so you've just got to be careful where you put the power down. Coming up to 8. DRS open, it's only a little straight this one. If you're going to make an overtake, you've got to get a nice run through 8 into 9. Nice and tight, it's tighter than what you think. You have to brake earlier. 10 and 11. Tricky corners, you want to try and hug that apex as much as you can. Into 12. 13 and 14 coming up, the little chicane. Marcus puts in an 18.8, that's not a bad lap from Marcus on a hard tyre. 8 tenths, slider time trial time. And 18.9 for Canal. Oh, Dominic's the new guy in the Racing Point, 18.7. AMS terms will have to go again with a 19.1. I don't think that's going to be good enough to challenge the top 3 right now, as well as Hampalexis and Noam with a 19.7. I think a lot of these will switch onto the medium tyre. BCT Legends with a 120.1. He'll want to go again. I think he can do better than that. Marshall with a 19.4. ERN Samuel. This is his first race back. He's on the soft tyre. Sets an 18.6. Nice to see Samuel back on the grid. Everyone's got his support here at ERN. Nice to see Marcus has got a teammate as well. That's nice to see. Marcus hasn't had a teammate all season. So we're sort of struggling in the constructors right now. Dominic's now going for another lap. I like that from Dominic. Instead of coming in, the hards just get better, more use them. And right now the track's green. He doesn't take as much curb as what Ganel does. Nice line through there from Dominic. A little lock up there. 6 and 7 coming. Let's see how the Racing Point handles this. And there's the overstep. He's handled it well. DRS open into overtake mode. He's not got a lot of ERS, but you don't need a lot through this little section. Just a nice and neat and tidy lap. Says he's got no more delta's gone, but he's turned out lovely. 18.6. He just took a tenth off his time there. And MS terms going again. He'll want to improve on a 19.1. Wex Rover 19.2. Let's have a look at some of the new guys. Price tag's still in the pit. He's going to wait for everyone to warm the track up for him. So not a bad move that one, but you just got to get your lap in when you do come out. Right, Nick with a 32.3, and David Storm with a now a 19.6. That's much better from David, from down off 42. Well, he might have took a little bit too much curb. Hopefully they didn't invalidate the start of their lap, and I don't think they have. And the time is going around. We'll follow terms round on his lap, the Renault driver. Had a good start to the season. Got a yellow flag in sector 2. Couple of cars getting close together there. Using overtake mode for this sector 1. Down into high energy now. He took 2 tenths off his time. There's a purple sector for him this term, so he's on the right track. Got a little bit of traffic up ahead of him, see if this McLaren gets out of his way. It's Philippe. What's Philippe doing? He's on the racing line now. And this time used a little bit of slip. Not a purple sector, but he's still up on his time. This could be a good time. He's 9 tenths up there. Got to delay on the power a little bit on that one. Let the car rotate and then put the foot down. And a little, just where you don't want traffic in this corner. Just not let it bother him. Do a term set. 118.8 P3. He'll be pleased with that. ERN Shrewth coming out of the pits there in the Red Bull. Red Bull leading constructors right now. Marcus on another lap. We've got a car off track there. So we can get going. He's got a racing point coming up behind him. Yep, he's got going again. So Marcus 6. We have got cars coming out in the mediums now. Philippe, Hampalexis and David Storm, and Marcus abandons his lap. Looks like a hot lap is in medium energy. It's 4 tenths. 4 tenths down on his previous best time onto the podium. One of the new guys from another league, SLR. Caught a few of their streams. Some good races there. Just running a bit wide in that corner. Struggling for a little bit of pace at the minute on the podium. And he's abandoned his lap as well. No need to take any more out of the tyres. So Shrewth can improve on his 19.6. Hot lap overtake. 19.617, so he's moved up a couple of spaces with that, even though he's got about half a tenth quicker. Feels pretty bunched up right now. Second and a bit separates the whole field. David out on his outlap on the mediums. Marcus has come out on his mediums. He's going to try and get pole on them. I'm quite surprised to see Samuel on the medium tyre, when they set a lap on the softs. So we'll see if he can better his time. Not many people can. Be a good achievement if Samuel can better his soft tyre time and a medium tyre time. So I'm quite interested to see what he does here. Yeah, everyone now coming out on the medium tyre. And what they've done, they just used to get their eye in with the hard, just to warm the track up with the hard tyres. You ain't going to take too much life out of them doing that. And Marcus boxes. Either he's happy with his... Whoa. Didn't slow down at all there for the pit line. Brad Nook with a 19.0. Looking for a good grid slot. Brad Nook normally makes it hard for himself, but this weekend he's decided he wants to make it a little bit easier for him, get a decent grid slot this week. Now I'm on Rex Road, separated by 2 tenths, the 2 teammates. Now I'm winning this battle right now. Samuel's starting a hot lap. Oh, he's less than a tenth down on his soft time, so really pushing these mediums. That's what he's got to do. This is where the soft tyre is going to be king in sector 2. He's got much more grip. See if he can beat it. We've got the sector line coming up. So at the end of the straight, see what he puts in. The soft tyres, he's 2 tenths up, 2 tenths down on his best time. I think he's down on them soft tyres to start off with. Really hampered his strategy right now. He's missing his apexes all in a minute. Yeah, he should box, and he's going to box. I just see Keno on the track map go past. He's starting his hot lap on the medium tyre. Opens up that corner up again. I can't seem to run over that second curb. I always spin out and hit the wall, but a lot of these drivers do it so effortlessly. He's 2 tenths up on his previous time. So Canel's on for a flyer. That's a purple sector 1 as well. If you watch Canel on the telemetry, he'll like upshift 2, especially in slow corner. He'll miss the second gear. He said you get a bit more bite out of the tyres that way, and you get a bit more traction. Now he's 4 tenths up in his time, so Canel's definitely going to improve. So he's dominant with a 17.4. That is a lightning time. In a minute, Canel's not on pace for that. He's on pace for an 18 flat. See what he's done in sector 3. Coming around to the line now. Overtake. Still got Delta on the battery. 17.5. Wow, it's close between them two. This is going to be exciting. Dominic with Canel. So that Canel's got himself a proper rival now. To be fair, AMS Terms he's really done his part in providing Canel with some close races this season. So has Reddit Nook. Reddit Nook with a 18.2. A little bit off the pace, but he's still up in P3. He'll be happy with that. A little bit of confusion now for the Renault and the Mercedes. Noam up to P4. That's a good time from Noam. An 18.2. Well done, the young Swede. Put himself up to P4 in the Alpha. I really hope Alpha score a few points this weekend. Like I've been saying, they're my pick for the constructors, but just not had the races in the last couple of weeks. Hopefully they can get a bit of luck this weekend and score some decent points. Try and shut down the Renault, the Mercedes and the Red Bulls. Onto the podium. Sitting in P8. Price tag will be a bit more up the field than what he has. There's SLR performances which I've watched. Good driver. Jamie puts himself into P3 with a 17.9. He'll be very happy with that one. Dropping into the 17s. So Alpha looking good at the minute. Jamie letting a car through. Find out who that is as they come past. So Renault. His AMS term. I think he's a bit late on the power there. He's lost a little bit of time through that one. Not used to seeing AMS turn down in P15. Maybe this is one of his weaker tracks. Yellow flag, sector 2. Got a purple middle sector. So he didn't lose too much time in that corner, which I thought he did. He must have got a nice drive out of that. Marcus looks like he's retired. See what AMS turns puts in there. He's P15 right now. He goes into P4 with an 18.1. He'll be happy with that. Almost dropped into the 17, so it's very close for the top 4. Dominic setting the pace with a 17.4. Canel 17.5. Jamie with a 17.9. AMS turns with an 18.1. Brilliant Nick 18.2. Noam 18.2. Marcus 18.2. Price tag 18.3. Ampalexis 18.5. Shroof 18.5. Samuel at the minute 18.6. Onto the podium 18.6. Marshall 18.6. David Storm 18.7. Philippe 19.7. He's a little bit off the pace there. BCG Legends with an 18.9. The field separated about a second and a half. Oh, what is that? I don't know if Jamie was on a hot lap or not. I don't think he was. Well, it's just a car sitting on the racing line there. So your rundown: Dominic P1 on his debut, great quality from Dominic. Canel in P2, Rexroth P3, AMS Turns P4, Red Nook P5, Noam P6, Marcus P7. Price tag on his debut P8, happy with that. Ampalexis P9, Shroof P10. Samuel on his return PL. He's got a free strategy. Onto the podium P12, Marshall P13, David Storm P14, ERN Philippe P15, and BCT Legend on his debut P16. We should have a 5-minute break if everyone adheres to the rules. We don't really want to be starting again. I've just read on the Discord that Marcus had a DRS failure on the last laps. It cost him 5 places, so he's not happy with his engineers. He'll want to get that fixed before the race. Just give you a rundown of the standings. So leading the championship right now is Relic Nook in the Mercedes. He's on 71 points. He's got AMS Terms in the Renault, 66 points. We've got ERN Canal in the Red Bull, 61 points. Rexro and P4 in the Alpha, 36 points. There's a big gap from the top three right now. Marcus in the Toro Rosso, he's picked up a few points these last couple of races. He's on 30 points. And Belexi in the Haas, good start to the season. He's on 29 points. Jump Warrior, we've not seen him in a couple of races. Jump Warrior, he's on 19 points. Maddest Gamer Boss again. No show for Maddest Gamer Boss this weekend. I think he said he's going to be away for a couple of weeks. He's on 16 points. Max Verklappen, man from the States in the McLaren. He's on 16 points, as is ERN Noam. He's on 16 points. Marshall, he's been here for a couple of weeks now, picking up solid points. He's on 14 points. Aaron Shroof on the Red Bull, he's on 12 points, picked up a couple of points last couple of weeks. Milton Norris in the Mercedes, he's on 8 points. Aaron Philippe's on 7 points. Ekion Stelfer, I believe, left the league in the Haas. He picked up a couple of points in China. Aaron Storm in the Renault, he's on 1 point. Samuel yet to score points, but this is his first race this weekend. Carl, who's in Austria right now skiing in the Ferrari, he's picked up 0 points. And onto the podium in the racing points on 0 points. The constructors currently stand as Mercedes on 79, Renault on 76, Red Bull. Oh, they need to be switched around. I've just noticed that from the Discord. The Red Bulls and the Renault. So we've got Mercedes 79, Red Bull 73, Renault 66, Alfa Romeo 51. Hopefully they can pick up a few points this weekend. Hassan 31, Williams 30 points, Toro Rosso 30 points. So we're going to have a Williams Toro Rosso battle. We've only got one Williams driver on the grid at the minute, so Marshall's picking that mantle up on his own. McLaren on 23, Ferrari on 19, and Racing Point yet to score any points this season. So hopefully on the podium we'll have better luck in the Racing Point than the other drivers did. It's going to be some battle from the top two, Dominic and Kennel. They had a little battle in the FRA this past week at Mexico. It was a good fight. I think Kennel overtook him at Mexico in the wet, and then Kennel had a terrible double stacking issue, which he didn't want to double stack, so he went on for another lap and he cost himself a lot of positions there, but you live and learn. I'm really intrigued to see the battle between these two drivers. We're getting ready. Start the session. Everyone's readying up. Hopefully everyone's picked their strategies, fuel loads. All right, let's go Division 1 drivers. Dominic got off the formation that a bit slow there. Aaron Cannell wouldn't mind leading into turn 1. This is how it goes from the race start. Cannell's just going to let him go back through. Yeah, there goes the race leader. Or the pole sitter, sorry. Currently the race leader when he gets started. Rex will be loving that P3. Had a chat with him before the race. He was a little. He was still tweaking his setup just before the race, and looks like he's found a nice balance there. P3's found a nice little bit of pace. Dominic really getting on with the formation lap. He really wants to get on with it. He left the slough a bit, otherwise he'd be waiting on the grid a little while. Nice dry day in Barcelona. No rain forecast. So most of the grid are on the mediums. 3 cars starting on the hards. They're going to go long into the race and just see what happens. Maybe a safety car will help them out. So grid forms up for ERN's round 5, European race nights. Still proud of my Division 1 boys. We seem to have a better attendance in Division 1, but hopefully they can recruit a few more quick drivers for Division 1 and we can really fill this grid out. Here we go, ERN round 5, Circuit de Catalunya, Barcelona, Spain. 5 lights, and they're out, and we're off. Looks like Dominic's has got a good start. He's managed to keep hold of P1 from Canal. Jamie just tucking in behind the Red Bull. He's defending Canal. Jamie looks like he might try to go around the outside, but it's very risky. You get pinched on that curb. Everyone looks like they've behaved themselves into turn 1. Dominic and Canal looks like they're going to get on with it. I think Marcus has lost a few places there. He's looking down the inside of Shroof. They're still battling them two. And Marcus goes around the outside. Brave move, but he's got it done. And we've got Philippe defending at the back of the grid from onto the podium. Marshall's gone down the inside of Shroof, so Shroof lost a couple of positions on his opening lap. Shroof looks like he's going to fight Marshall back. Marshall around the outside, holds on to P10. Good start from the man on the hards. He's the highest hard runner right now, so he'll be happy with that start into P10. Now he just needs to get on with it, try and chase down these medium runners. Williams driver tried well since he's joined the league. Very impressive how Marshall's drove so far. Kinnell 6/10 behind Dominic already. He'll want to close that up before the DRS zone, I'm sure. And into turn 2, Marshall and Shroof. Shroof wants to have a little go back, see if he's got the grip on their medium tyres. I don't think he's not going to get done into that corner. Price Tag's had a good start. Let's have a look at position changes. So yeah, the movers are Price Tag up 1, Amplexus up 1, Marcus down 2. He's had a bad start. So Marshall's had a brilliant start, up 3. Shroof down 1, Samuel down 1, onto the podium down 1, and Legends up 2. So Legends from the back of the grid has nicked two spots on the opening couple of laps. The top 6 are as you were. Price Tag in the Haas. He's got his teammate just 5/10 behind him. Wexrow just 8/10. Oh, he's lost a bit of time through there, Wexrow. So he's now outside of DRS. He's going to be under a little bit of pressure from AMS Terms. He's 2/10 behind him. So AMS Terms keeps you nice and tight this lap. They'll have a little run down the pit straight. There's only really 2 overtaking spots you can make around here. That's the 2 DRS zones. Other than that, you have to have a really good run out of turn 3 to put one down the inside of turn 4. As you see there, it shuts up very quick as everyone opens it up and then flicks it right for the apex. So you have to be right alongside, you have to control that corner. If you just if you lunge in there, the door's going to shut, and you only have yourself to blame. But Wexrow looks like he's pulled a little 3/10 out there through that sector. AMS Terms DRS and overtake open. Emerson's fuel light is on yellow, so he's going to manage a little bit of fuel. He might have fueled the car for a nice light car through the race. Yeah, Jamie, he got a little bit out of shape in that corner. Now Amos turns close up again, and he's nicked 2 tenths out of that. Let's see if he can get a run. We've got Dominic and Kennell just up ahead. So Amos turns want to be getting on the back of them too. If he can pass Rexroad down this straight, he should do. The straight's nice and long. We've got a little bit of lag going on. And Amos turns up to P3. Very easy move there. DRS, he had a decent run through sector 3. Made his life a lot easier. So he's up, he's going to chase down Dominic and Kennell. So from Pricey down to Marcus, we've got 3 cars here. A little battle with Noam. Oh, we got is that Dominic a mistake? Noam plate damage, he's keeping it in there with Price Tag. That's a nice move. Price Tag says thanks, I'll just go around the outside. You got dirty tyres, there's no way you're going to hang on to that one. And he's under all sorts of pressure from Hampalexis. Hampalexis looks like he's going to have a run down the outside. Hampalexis late on the brakes, going around the outside. He's overdone it. Is he going to make it? He's not going to make that one. He might be under pressure from Marcus coming through. Marcus leaves him enough for him. Hampalexis gave him more than enough for him. Even going off the track just to not hit his rival in the league. Dominic has really put himself in a little bit of a spot here. Kennell's up onto the podium with a 3-second time penalty. Kennell could break away here and pick up 2 victories in a row. Price tag on Noam. Oh, Noam's given that's wheelbarrow. Noam maybe at fault on that one. Noam's a very feisty little driver though. He won't give an inch, Noam. Noam charging his battery through this section, as is Price Tag. We'll see if we get it done in this little DRS race. We can get a good run. Return 8. Coming out 7 now. Coming out to 8. He'd have to drop it down. It's going to be a lunge if it comes from this far back, and our Price Tag just tucks in behind. Oh, and then we got Dominic up the inside. That's a nice move. And he controls the inside of that corner as well. Nice move there from Dominic. He's going to be a man on a mission now. He's going to have to get his strategy spot on. That's a nice turn. I like that. He hit that apex. Lovely, that little curve there. Noam's gone horribly wide. This should be an easy pass for Dominic. Noam covers both sides somehow. That's an easy pass for Dominic. Oh, Noam's hit him again. Noam's got to be very careful here. And again, and the racing point driver not happy with that one. Puts his little hand up. What are you doing? Noam's easily passed through there. Noam's got Price Tag all over his gearbox as well. Dominic's through. Price Tag going down the inside. Oh, that's a nice move from Price Tag. The new drivers are really putting it on them. Price Tag up to P6. Ray Nook on the back of Wexroad. The DRS open. Amos Terms trying to hold on to Kennell to extend his lead to 1.7, 1.8 now. It's all going to come down to strategy, undercuts, overcuts. This is shaping up to be a good race. Dominic 3 seconds behind the leading 4. See how quickly he can close that up and clean out. Kennell puts in a 1:23.4 for the fastest lap. Ready, Nook. Easy pass on the dead straight, so long at Catalunya. DRS is very powerful here. Easy move there up to P3 for Reddit Nook, the championship leader. Oh, what's going on? Oh, he's his teammate. Let's It's Noam again. Noam's really got his elbows out this one. I don't think Price's going to be very happy about that. Just come on board and missed it. It looked like Noam may have cut him off. It looked like he had a run on him there. Hopefully he's not got any damage. No, he's alright. His end plate's right. He did hit his teammate Hampalexis. Early drama here. No safety car. Look at this little pack here. From Noam, from Marshall, Shroof, Hampalexis, Marcus onto the podium on the back of this. BCT Legends is on the back of this as well. So we've got a nice little 6-driver fight going on in the midfield. More like a 7-8 driver fight in the midfield. Cannell with 121.3. He's really stretching his legs out there now. He's enjoying himself. But I think that was a bit naughty from Noam. I think there could be a little steward's inquiry into that one. Big old DRS train going on. I don't think he wants to get anywhere near now. He's like a donkey. Don't want to get anywhere near the back of him. He's really trying to hang on to his P6. Marshall on the hard tyres is looking very nice here. Very handy with the Williams driver. Good start from Marshall. Just want to treat Noam like the iron legs of a donkey. Just don't get nowhere near behind him. X-Row just hanging on to Reddit. Half a second, now 4 tenths. We've got a Haas that's got a little bit twitchy out of that corner up there. Oh, great view that was. I was enjoying that one. See if anyone can get a nice run out this final couple of corners. Like Hampalexis might have a run on Shroof here. It's just going to be hard to overtake because everyone's getting DRS. It's a big DRS train, so everyone's accelerating at the same speed. Marshall's already at the back of Noam still. And that's where the DRS train starts up there. That's a horrible line from Hampalexis. He's going to be right under pressure from Marcus behind him. Marcus couldn't capitalise on that. Hampalexis still getting a little bit out of shape right now. The BCT Legends, he's just crept up onto the back of this one. Dominic's now, he's closed in the second from them top 4, so he's starting to put the hammer down. As you can see, Samuel in the background there. You can see this big fight. When you're chasing down a big pack, you love it because they're all going to be losing time to each other. You can just creep up to the back of them and join the DRS train. Yeah, Marshall just don't seem to have the grip to attack Noam at the minute. He's got to wait for them medium tyres to go off a bit longer and then he should get past him. He's doing well at the minute on the hards. I wonder if any of these wanted to put in do a quick stop onto the hard and just try and undercut this train because none of them are going anywhere right now. Marshall's made a little gap to Shroof. Just hanging on to the back of Noam. I mean, even Noam, it might even be wise for Noam. We've got flagging in sector 2. What we've got down there, looks like it's Philippe. What is that? That's a Haas price tag. Price tag's dropped it. Cannell 3.4, 3.5 from turn now. Really stretching his legs, Cannell. Pick up his second victory in a row if he carries on this pace. Still a long way to go yet. Another 23 laps. Marshall's nearly broke DRS to Struth, which would be handy for him if he can stop Struth from getting some DRS. Ambulex's pits, he's going for the undercut. Smart from Ambulex's, I think. I think he'll undercut this train. Oh, Marshall had a little look into turn 1. No, covers him off. Didn't get a run up him on up to turn 3. No, he's not going to get it done from there. Struth, yeah, he's broken DRS, so Struth could be under a bit of pressure from Marcus behind him. Onto the podium, still hanging onto the back of Marcus. BCT Legend still hanging onto the back of onto the podium. And you got a little 3.4 gap to Samuel. And Philippe there. 3 tenths behind Samuel. Looking a bit racy, that McLaren now. David Storm there behind Philippe. So yeah, none of these drivers are out of it right now. Philippe on the hards now. I think the hards, especially in this little situation, he kept it nice and tight there while the medium tyre ran a little bit wide. So he might have just had a little bit more grip so we can get a nice run. Some DRS. Sam, look at that, he got a nice drive over that corner there. That was a nice drive. See the DRS, he defended to the right hand side. Flick around the outside. It's an easy move with DRS. Straight's too long. Now Philippe moved himself up to P12. If Philippe can close in on this train on the hard tyre, he's going to be in a right good position here for a good few points. See how the McLaren progresses through the race. Marcus has got past Struth. But Struth, when he didn't have that DRS, left himself a little bit exposed, and Marcus took full advantage of it. And Marshall's got past Noam as well. So Noam's going to be under pressure from Marcus. See if Marshall on the hard tyres can pull away, and he is starting to pull away, starting to build a gap already. So Noam, 6 tenths as it stands. Let's see if he improves. Let's see the delta from this sector 3. This is where you're going to need the grip. Marshall's, I think he's just gone a little bit slow there. And Noam decides to pit, and Marcus pits. It'll be interesting to see where Hampelexis comes out into all this. Oh, he's slowed it down. He has just slowed it down. Dominic into the pits as well. Everyone coming into the pits. I want to see if Hampelexis jumps in here, these drivers, from his early stop. He's coming down the pit straight now as Hampelexis jumped everyone. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. It's going to be close. Hampelexis, the undercut. Has it worked? It's almost. Oh no, squeezed in, but I think he's in his rights to put his car there. Hampelexis backs out of it, but he has jumped a couple places there. He's under pressure from Marcus in his wing mirror. As you saw a Rosso in the wing mirror. Price tag's retired from the session. Where has he put that? That's on turn 3, and we've got a safety car. Unlucky for price tag there. I think he's just lost it. At turn 3, we've got a safety car now. It'll be interesting to see what see if Marshall comes in here. He's on 12 lap old hards. How long can you stretch the set of mediums for here? I'm not sure that's going to be a double stop for a few people. For mediums here. And he's going on yet. It's not his pit window yet. Not Reddick coming in. I think he's coming in for a set of hards. I think the mediums to hards have really had a result here. I think Marshall's strategy's shot now. I don't think you can stretch a pair of mediums that long. Not 19 laps anyway. They'd be right on the limits. So Marshall's had to carry on. He's 13 lap old tyres. He's easily with the most worn tyres with 13 laps. Everyone else is on 1 lap. 3 laps is the next oldest tyre to him. So he could struggle on this restart here, Marshall. He's He's going to have his wits about him. What a result for the top drivers. I think Dominic will be happy about that one. Put himself right back into the race map. I think Price Tag would want to have a few words in though with that incident. Oh, you don't want to be getting a time penalty under the safety car. Cutting the track there. No need for that, Dominic. So that's put a rain cloud over his afternoon. Nice to see the two racing points in 6 and 7, scoring a few points there. They could score their first points of the season, these two. Everyone should be charging their batteries now. Everyone should have 100%. Yeah, everyone has got 100%. Don't have to tell the Division 1 drivers. They know what they're doing. No, I haven't really got his elbows out on that first stint. Oh, look at some position changes. Kennell's up 1, Marshall's up 11 currently. Amos Terms is up 1 place, Reddick's up 1 place, Jamie's down 2 places, Dominic's down 5 places, the pole sitter. Onto the podium's up 5 places, to be happy with that on his debut race. Going well so far. Noam's down 2. Ampalexis is where he started in P9. Marcus is down 3. BCT Legends has had a decent debut, he's up 5. ERN Shreve's down 2. Philippe up 2. Samuel down 3. David Storm down 1 and Price Tag is DNFs. So highs and lows for the debut drivers. Marshall seems to be putting in some good performances since he's joined ERM. European race nights. Leagues on a Sunday at 5 PM. Division 1. Division 2 is tomorrow evening, 7 PM. Pricey put in the Discord. I think it's just an apology. I think his tyres were a bit hot and he just lost the rear end. Yeah, I think his tyres were a bit short after that little collision, spinning up the back wheels. Now we've got a safety car in this lap, so I think Marshall's going to get a bit swamped there on this restart. He's got to try and stretch these tyres out. It's cost him a pit stop though, so he's a pit stop behind everyone right now. Strategy shot the pacey with the safety car. He might have done well to go and put a set of softs on and do a double soft, see if he can jump a few cars, then we're off, and Marshall's got a decent run here. Did he go for the lead on the 14 lap old tyres? 15 lap old tyres now as we cross the line. Aaron Samuels retired from the session. AMS Terms is all over the back of him. He's run a bit wide through turn 3 up to turn 4. Oh, he's pushing. That's the grip. He's nudged him out of the way there. Bit of a dodgy overtake. Marshall's going to battle him down the inside, but I think on the exit, the fresh tyres, and there they go. Bit of a naughty one there from AMS Terms. I think he got caught out from the worn tyres of Marshall. He's got Reddick all over the back of him. I told you Marshall was in a bit of trouble here. Reddick going down the inside. And he makes that steer. Oh, he's lit up the tyres. Reddick and Marshall's going to have a little go around the outside. It's tough to get a move down through there. Reddick always had control of that corner. Dominic's jumped Wexrow. Dominic's looking racy. See if Jamie can just hang on to the back of him. He'd do well to just hang on to the back of Dominic and just follow him up the field. Marshall's in trouble again. Racing Point's going to look like he's going to make a move. I think Marshall, a little bit of straight line speed, so DRS, I think he's going to need some DRS to get past. He's going for a late dive down the inside on the fresh tyres. It's a nice move from Dominic. He was committed, and Jamie's going to have a look now. Marshall got it in the tyres, he's run a little bit wide. He's just going to hold up. Jamie's going down the inside. Lovely move there from Jamie. Goes about to P5. He really just wants to keep hold of dominance and Relic Nuke at the minute. Keep hold of them two there. They'll take you to AMS turn. Feeling a bit sorry for Marshall. His strategy got screwed up for that safety car. Onto the podium is next up to overtake the Williams driver. Marshall is just about how holding on to P6 right now. He's struggling for grip. Really struggling for grip. Marshall needs a box ASAP. Alex is just 2 tenths behind Noam. Marshall's creating a little bit of a train behind him right now. Kennel puts in a 1:20.9 for the fastest lap of the race. Race control DRS is enabled this lap. Handler's going to look for a dive 9, defends inside and then sort of moves left just before braking zone. And Alexis, he's not going to be happy about that. But no, really, he's still getting his elbows out now. Young Steve's defending aggressively. At the minute, he's not binned another car, but he's made a few rash moves. Marshall's still hanging on to P6. Wexroad just 9 tenths up the road from him, so he's doing well on these warm tyres, Marshall. Dominic's in DRS range with Relic Nuke. DRS open. High energy. See if he saves it through to sector 3. Yep. Trying to try and get a run on Relic Nuke. Marshall with a 3-second time penalty. That's not what you want. In the position he's in, he's going to need every second he can get. He's a little bit snaky through there. Lost a bit of time through Relic and just going to let Relic get away, and he's going to cost Dominic his overtaking opportunity. Jamie's following off the back of Dominic in a minute. 1.4 behind this little pack up here. But you can still see the podium in front of him, so Jamie's just got to keep plugging it. Keep going, mate. Marshall's been passed by onto the podium. Nine looks like he wants to have a little go as well now. And Amberlex is standing inside of Philippe. Philippe on a medium tyre. Philippe's going to take them a long way. We've got ERN Storm on 5 lap old soft. He's going for a double stop. He's on the back of Shroof right now. Marshall with DRS, keeping him in front of Noam. Kinnell 3 seconds leading again. He's stretching his legs after the restart. Relic Nuke just 4 tenths off turn, and we got Dominic as well, 4 tenths off Relic Nuke. Relic Nuke looks like turn covers the inside, Relic Nuke goes around the outside. He should have control of turn 2, and he has. This is going to get good between these 3 drivers. And while they're fighting, hopefully Jamie can sneak up and join these as well. Relic Nuke Championship leader in P2 right now. This is what we want at ERN, some fast, clean racing, and we've got it today. Oh, Tom getting a little bit twitchy out of that one. Relic Nuke defends well, defending the inside line, nice. No chance for Relic Nuke to slide one down the inside there. Dominic is all over the back of that Renault. He should have a run down into turn 1, but I think AMS Terms is going to get DRS. He's going to get a nice exit here. I think AMS Terms got a better exit, and he's on to the back. He's 5 tenths, 4 tenths. He's closing in on Reddit Nook. He's right on the slipstream, and the Mercedes looks at, oh, thought he might going to throw one down the inside there, but he thought better of it, and Reddit Nook's going a little bit wide there, so he's going to compromise his entry into turn 3. And then AMS Terms compromises his own entry into turn 3 and loses a little bit of time. Jamie falling further back now, he's 1.9 behind. He's like, he might have to settle for P5 if you can't pick up the pace, and a little lock up there from Dominic. It's hard not to lock up in that corner. A little lock up in that one, but nothing major. Term looking racy. Has he got enough speed to have a go? On this occasion, keep it nice and clean through sector 3, and you might have a run down into turn 1 on the Mercedes driver. Still Jamie just hanging on, but he's dropping back now. It's 2 seconds now. He's not got a pace for these top 3 at this track. I think he'll be quite happy with P5. He's got onto the podium, 1.8 behind him, so he's got a little gap, a little bit of breathing space. Oh, scrolled off a bit of speed there, Reddit. AMS Terms goes down the inside. It's an easy pass for the Renault man. Dominic having a look as well. Kinel 4 seconds. Stretch his legs once again while these 3 are battling. Have a look at the midfield battle because we've got Philippe right behind. Look at this. Amber Lexus down the inside of Noam. Noam could lose 2 positions. He's twitching. He's hit Philippe. Noam struggling. He's got an M. No, he hasn't got an M plate missing. It's just the camera angle. We've got a nice midfield battle. We've got a nice top 3 battle. David had to come off the soft tyres. They didn't work. He's back on the mediums now. Pit stop down. Marshall's in the pits. He's on the medium. So yeah, his strategy got a bit shot with the safety car. Put himself a pit stop down. He might be able to pick up a couple of points, but it's going to be a tough ask. With 10 laps to go. Jamie's actually closed the gap. But these are really costing themselves a lot of time, these 3 fighting. I thought he was going to put the foot down and just go around there flat. Red goes a little bit wide. He's opened the door for Dominic, who just closes up on him. Yeah, Jamie now 1.4. He's closing these up. There he is, coming round, and there's onto the podium. So Jamie's not out of this little battle yet. These 3 keep costing each other time. Jamie's gonna drive up to the back of these 3 and get involved. AMS Terms is trying to stretch his legs and break DRS. He's 6 tenths at the minute to Relic. There's Jamie in the background again. AMS Terms breaking slipstream, trying to stay ahead. I think he's managed to do it into turn 1. Brennan's just got to tuck in behind it. Yeah, Jamie loses a lot of time in sector 1, but then he gains it back in 2 and 3. So. We've got a yellow flag in sector 2. Oh, who is that? That's Wexrow. Oh, he's dropped it. Jamie's dropped it. He's having to let cars go. Oh, so disappointing. He's got an end plate missing. I think that could be Jamie's day over. Oh, he was just starting to catch the top 4. That's so unfortunate. I think he just got onto the outside of turn 4. You run a little bit wide, they hit the grass and you're in the barrier. It's unlucky for Jamie. He was just catching these lot. And they're still battling, and Reddick's got past turns in all that. They're all just swapping positions. Dominic's not made a move yet. Reddick looking very comfortable in ERS. Amos turns down the inside once again into turn 1. Well, this is going to and fro. Reddick down the inside of turn 2. Nice move from Reddick. Great driving from these 3 drivers. Really enjoying this one. He defends him off in the inside. Turn over the future of the Mercedes. Wexrow decides to pull it in the pits. Yeah, he has retired in the pits. Well done, Jamie. This one could go either way yet for this P2, 3 and 4. Oh, they're all getting racy. This is brilliant stuff. I mean, he's got enough on the straight to get past on this one. Oh, he tried to go up the inside. Dominic, looks like there's not enough room there. He's squeezed onto the apex. Got a mighty effort. See if Dominic can have a run here. He's got a nice exit here. Amos told me he likes a bit of straight line speed in his cars. It's really hard to pass him down the straight. Every track he's been at, he's had nice straight line speed to him. I think he drops the front wing for race days. Give himself a bit more straight line speed, and I think Dominic might have a nice little run through it. He opened up that corner nice, but Term again, got a bit of straight line speed in that Renault. Canal now 7 seconds ahead of everyone else. These 3 have really cost themselves against Canal, but Canal won't worry about that. We've got Hammerlux is closing in on P5 man onto the podium. 1.5 back. We've still got Marcus following arm around half a second behind him. Then we've got a little gap, 4.1 to BCT Legends, 1.5 to ERN Struth, 3 seconds to Philippe, another 6 to Marshall, who's really suffered today on strategy in that safety car. A little bit wide there from Hamper Lexus. Onto the podium, gets away from him. Just needs to keep it nice and tidy through there, and he might be able to get himself into the DRS range and have a run down into turn 1. We've got an overtake here on the top 3. Oh, he's squeezing Reddick Nook out, and I think this could be Dominic's chance to get past Reddick. He needs to take this one, Dominic. Down the inside of turn 4. Reddick's trying to hang him out. Reddick's going to have the inside line here. Oh, he's gone a bit late. We might have collected turn there, but he kept it away from the Renault man. There it is. Oh, nice. He covered him off well there. Good driving from these 3. Reddick, the championship leader. Marcus now 3/10 of a second behind Noam. That's the next closest battle on track right now. Noam closing up on Hampelexus, who I think's had a couple of scruffy laps right now. He's nearly into DRS range of the Haas man. Onto the podium in the background now. He's in a bit of a no man's land. Look, having a little look. Oh, this one's going to go right down to the last lap between these three. It's Big Canal. We haven't seen much of Canal since he's been out there all on his own, just doing his thing. He'll be happy to pick up another race win, put himself right into the championship mix. So at ease, loads of ERS on board. He's having a nice little Sunday drive, Canal. Why has Dominic ain't made his move yet? Been waiting for it. Oh, Brayden's got a little bit out of shape there. There's no way you can get past him that corner unless you're right alongside him, controlling the corner. Oh, right, look, he's struggling for rear end grip, I think. He's really lighting his tyres up. Again, it's the DRS. It's hampering the man in P4. He's just stuck in a train, and Marcus puts in a 20.2. Going to take the fastest lap for an extra point. No, Hambalexis has got past Marcus. I'm sorry, Marcus has got past Noam. He's 4 tenths behind Hambalexis, so Marcus is on the move. He's got 2 lap younger tyres to Hambalexis. A lot of ERS on board for Marcus here. Hambalexis not really struggling, he's at halfway, but nowhere near as much as Marcus has got onto the podium. He's got a fair bit of ERS as well to defend, so these three could get feisty. Oh, he's scrubbed a bit of speed off there. Hambalexis is nowhere near in a position to capitalise on that one. Marcus using a bit of battery down here. Back into 0. Maybe if he should put it into medium, to have a bit more pace through here. Brayden's lost the back end of term here. He is struggling for rear end. He don't look like he got DRS this time. See what way Dominic goes. He's gone to the outside. He's going to try and control the inside of turn 2. Brayden trying to go around the outside of 2 and into 3. This is good. Brayden hangs on to P3. That final podium as AMS Term looks like he wants to get away from these two. He's had enough of that. He's just broken DRS as it stands. It's flirting between 9 and the second. Oh, what a fight between these three. It's been going on for near 10 laps. This is what we want to see in ERN, the European race nights. We want to see close driving. As long as it's respectful and clean, we're alright with that. You can find ERN on Twitter, you can find ERN on Instagram, you can find ERN on Facebook and Twitch. Just search up ERN F1 and you'll find us if you want to join. We're happy to give you a test. Anyone's welcome, as long as you're clean. That's all we ask, clean and respectful. Marcus has got past Hambalexis, and Hambalexis hasn't got DRS to fight back. Now I'm 7 tenths behind. They're trying to close down onto the podium, these three. Should drop back to 5 tenths behind Brayden. Brayden's closed the gap to AMS Term to 7 tenths, so it's not over for the podium spots. But Marcus is really closing in on the podium now. He wants that P5. He's got so much ERS, Marcus. He's really done well to save his battery right now. Oh, he's lit out the back tyres. He's controlled it well though. Canal puts his 19.7. He's really enjoying his Sunday up there. Start a practice session for him. Let's see what Racing Point on the podium's got into the defence right now, because Marcus has got DRS, he's got overtake. It's going to be a late one, it's going to be a braking zone. Oh, it's well defended from podium. But his car where Marcus 3 didn't want to lunge down, he wanted to control the inside of turn 2, but on the podium said, no mate, that's my line. Yeah, Marcus is just dropping Hampelexis now, who's under pressure from Noam. 4 tenths of a second between Hampelexis and Noam. Oh, Dominic has made a move on Reddit Nook there. Reddit Nook must have made a mistake. He's struggling for rear end grip. Dominic now, he's making his moves. Be a good result for the man, the debut man, to get P2. Especially after this battle, it's been clean, it's been fast, it's been fun. It's exactly what we want at ERN. Nick just avoiding slipstream at the minute, I'm not sure why. He's saving his battery down this straight. And Dominic, he's going around the inside to the outside. It's giving Aaron's term something to think about right now. He's got a nice run through 3. Could have a little run through 4 if he can keep it fast, and he has kept it fast. He's in the slipstream. He's just a little bit too far back. It's hard to get it up the inside of that corner. You really have to have a good run. I just remembered a little disappointing fact I see earlier with that 5 seconds under the safety car. That's really gonna put a dampener on this battle. It looks like it's going down the inside of the Renault. He's over the back of turns under a bit of pressure here. Dominic looking racy. But Marcus still behind onto the podium. So the Racing Point scoring their first points of the season right now. From the 2 debut drivers. Dominic gets a 5-second time penalty on Surly's pop. Oh, it's fucking hell. I was so interested, I didn't even see it was the end of the race. Kenel P1, AMS Turns P2, Reddit Nook P3, Dominic with that unserved time penalty P4. It's unlucky from him. Marcus nicks P5, I think Podium must have had a couple penalties as well. Podium P6, Hampelexis P7, 9 P8, Legends P9. Good debut race from Legends, well done. Scoring a point, a couple of points there. Struve P10 picks up another point for the Red Bulls putting the constructors charge. Marshall P11 unlucky with his strategy. He was doing really well on the hard tyres, so that safety car come out and he put himself a pit stop behind everyone. I'm going to learn from that. I'm starting on the mediums, Marshall, for tomorrow's race. I'm not getting caught out like that. ERN Philippe P12. David Storm, P13. I was so into that battle, I could have watched that for another 10-12 laps between them 3. That was so intriguing. I was glued to that one. Well done, Kenel. 2 wins on the trot now. Really put himself back into the championship picture. Reddit Nook. And AMS Terms. These top 3 drivers are going to go all the way to the end by the looks of it. Kenel getting very used to that top step again. Someone's got to knock him off. Monaco next weekend, boys. This will be a tough one. Let's have a look at your classifieds. So yeah, Kenel P1, AMS Terms P2, Reddit Nook P3, Dominic's on his debut P4, Marcus P5. Onto the podium, P6. Amp Alexis P7, Noam P8. Elbows were very big today, Noam. Legends P9, Shrew P10, Marshall P11, Philippe P12, David Storm P13, Wexrow P14, Shamey, he crashed out and retired it in the pits. Samuel P15. Nice to see Samuel back on the grid, well done mate, welcome back son. And Price Tag P16.
Hello.
What's happening, Kenneth? You alright, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, you?
Yeah, alright, mate. That was quite easy for you today. Once Dominic had a little spin.
Yeah, he went a bit wide onto the grass, and I thought I left enough space, but clearly I didn't because he still tapped my rear tire and spun, or half spun. But I'm gonna review it and see. But I have it on clips, but I don't know how. I felt like I didn't try and force him off, but it's unfortunate.
Yeah, no, it's not in your nature to force someone off. You are generally a clean driver. I don't know there's nothing malicious in that, but I think it was just one of the racing incidents.
Yeah,
but
other than that, it was a good race.
Obviously, you didn't know, but Amos Term, Rednook, and Dominic had a like a 12-13 lap battle. It was amazing. It was so good.
I was viewing it on the map.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was so
I saw Term and Relic choose swapping positions a lot.
It was such a good fight. Term, you alright, mate? How you doing?
I didn't even think he had a penalty, so I'm just happy about that.
Yeah, Dominic got a penalty under the safety car in the, do you know the little chicane in Sector 2?
Oh,
when
what,
it
did he
sort of
hit someone?
unbalances your car. No, he didn't hit anyone. He cut a corner and he got 5 seconds.
Mm.
But yeah, it was a good fight between you top 3 drivers. That was, to be honest, I was watching it and I didn't even know the races ended. I was so into that. I was just watching that fight. I could have watched that for another 10, 20 laps. That was crazy.
Mm.
And everything was pretty clean. So
yeah, we only had like a
really
few
good
bits of
racing.
contact, and that wasn't even major or anything.
No, it was really good. I was really impressed with that racing. It's probably the best battles all season between you 3 drivers. Relic, how did your race go? What do you think about the new driver, Dominic? I think he's going to rival you 3, to be honest.
Yeah, he's quick. I could tell he wasn't trying to push me too hard. He just wanted to follow the train, I think. Because he had a penalty.
I said that on stream. He was just following you 2. He's just watching you 2 overtake each other every other lap and then just stay behind you.
Yeah, it was good fun while it lasted. Shame I didn't realise Tam had a pen, otherwise I would have taken it a bit more easy.
It's a really good race, man. Really good. So what's your thing about Monaco then next week? How are you going to do there?
Not overtaken like that.
No, I don't think it's going to be like that one.
That would be follow the leader, Kenny.
Yeah. Yeah, really good, boys. Well done. Congratulations.
Thank you, Adam.
Put on a good show today, Dominic and Relic Nook and Amos Term. I couldn't take my eyes off it. It was brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to end the stream there, boys. But yeah, well done. Good racing. Catch us tomorrow. ERN Division 2. What's it, 7:30, Kenneth?
It depends. Yeah, in British time, yeah. I think so.
Yeah, 7:30 British time, 8:30 Swedish time, and what's it, about midday for the Americans, isn't it?